carry your ass in here. I want you to tell them what happened, and then let's get this shit over with.
Mm-hmm.
And barrister right there, this old lady starts crying. I loved every moment of it.
You know.
So.
I do love the ones where the Karens at the end of the altercation, they start crying and playing the victim.
And apologize.
Yes, that's the best part. That's the best part.
Nah, you're done already.
Yep, no.
You're already an asshole.
Your time to apologize was, 10 minutes ago.
So, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with Karens, right? Because you love to see Karens, but you hate that they exist.
I think they're always going to exist in some capacity because, it's funny to watch them spaz out about shit in a store. And no, race is involved. It's just, this person thinks they deserve more than what they get. That's funny. I love it. But, all the other stuff, the COVID ones and the racist ones, that's the shit that's super crazy and that I hate. But,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a Karen in real life?
Yeah, we've all met Karens. It's just what degree of Karens have we met?
That's true. I'm talking about a world star hip hop, recorded.
No. If it was back in the day, I believe you have. You've met a Karen and a Ken.
Yeah, I met a Karen.
Taco Bell incident. It went from store to Taco Bell.
Store to Taco Bell. No, it was McDonald's. It was McDonald's. That's what. Yeah, McDonald's. There's that guy, and but remember the one we were driving in the car and we were making that left turn. You said you didn't remember it. It was a dude. Me and Matt were driving. I was driving. We were coming from Lansdowne Commons, and dude was in the straight lane, and we were making a left turn. And dude just goes over into our lane, and so he pulls up next to me and Matt. Matt's in the passenger side. He's like, "Would you say N-bomb? Would you say N-bomb? Would you say N-bomb?" Right? It's me and Matt, and then Matt's like, "Dude, you were in the fucking wrong. His son's in the car, right?"
Wow.
And he's like, "Would you say N-bomb?" Right?
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
We said the son's in the car.
Wow.
Son's car. It's like a red pickup truck. I hope his kids never learn how to read.
Or you just hope the kid, maybe the kid grows up to be the opposite because he sees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to be like their.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
And let's hope that. So that can go into. This is the education portion.
Be okay.
Have we not been educating people the whole time?
We have been, but this is super education.
Super education.
Super education.
BLK.
Bacon, lettuce, king.
Bacon, lettuce, Impossible Burger.
Kangaroo.
But that makes no sense.
Kangaroo meat. All right. Black Lives Matter.
BLK.
BLM.
M. Yes.
Jesus.
Did I say K the whole time?
Make
You
it.
did. You did.
Hate you sometimes. So Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
All right. You should explain.
Okay.
What's the easiest way to explain it so people aren't all lives matter? It's Black Lives Matter.
I think the simplest.
What's the simplest breakdown?
the simplest breakdown?
so people understand
Should we use analogies or are you going to break it down?
I was about to tell. I was interrupted. So I think the simplest way to break it down is Black Lives Matter is a specific movement based on people who are going through current distress of cop killings, racial profiling, and racial injustice versus all lives are not going through in what would today, and this will sound weird, but in what would today be considered a tolerable level, are not going through the same levels of racial injustice, discrimination that Black lives are going through. So when you say all lives matter, all lives are not in trouble in the way that Black lives are. Just like if we said, they're closing all fire stations. All fire stations matter. Doesn't mean the police don't matter. Doesn't mean doctors don't matter. We're talking specifically about fires because they are the ones that are in trouble.
Let me elaborate on that analogy. You used fire stations, right? Mm-hmm. So if your house is on fire, we call the fire department. They come to put the fire out of your house.
That's correct.
If I stand outside next to your house that's not on fire and say, hey, all houses matter, that makes no sense because my house isn't on fire.
Correct.
Just saying.
There you go. So when you say all lives matter, when you respond to a Black Lives Matter protest or post or anything with some all lives matter, or you come out with your own stuff, what you're basically doing is hurting. You're detracting from the issue. Like, it's not that all lives don't matter. That's not what it stands for. And it's not that like cop lives don't matter, or that Black Lives Matter hates the cops. It's we need special attention to help people that need help. My thing is, what has America been for a while? Like, not great. So don't say that. I don't think we've ever been great, but for a while we were known for helping, people in need, and then that seemed to kind of break away. It's like, why can't we have that same mentality here? Like, you want to help, third world countries or people that are getting oppressed in wars. Like, let's start here. Like,
but I think with any kind of enterprise, right? You want to help people at all, as anybody would say, it all starts with your leadership, and I don't think, I think we've pulled out of, I'll talk to Matt because the chat seems busy, but I think we've pulled out of a lot of accords and treaties and, relationships with other nations.
That worries me on a national level.
Yes. And so I don't think, if we can't, we're not helping our citizens in the country. We're not helping our, we can't even get Black lives in check, right? Or Asian lives or whatever the issue happens to be. If there's a rise in beatings of Asians, right? Or a rise in, killings of Black people, if we can't get that under control, there's no way that on a national scale we'll be able to,
It's super frustrating that people don't take the 2 seconds to research. Like, when I saw Colin Kaepernick kneel, so just saw it, hadn't heard about it before, just saw it, I was like, what's this guy doing? And then I went and looked it up and realized he talked to people, like veterans. Like, it's not like spitting on the flag or anything like that. Like, he asked the people that he thought it was going to possibly offend for their best way to protest. Like, he was sitting on the bench, like, during the national anthem. And he's like, don't do that, kneel. Like, a veteran told him to do that. People in the military told him to do that. So stop getting your panties in the bunch, America.
And then, but
stuff like that.
And everybody says it. You have the Colin Kaepernick kneel, but then when Black people turned up, now it's like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you rioting? Why are you?
Because we tried peaceful protest and that wasn't okay.
Right.
Well, and that's the other thing is, like, every time it seemed to, like, there's obviously been issues like this in the news the past, forever.
Yeah.
And for the moments, it was in the news, it was on the minds, but it's kind of always went
away,
the wayside and back to normal.
People, unfortunately, have short-term memory, and they only think about what's currently going on.
Today's Black Lives Matter, then we're talking about Will and Jada.
Yeah.
No one talks about. I don't talk about.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Have you seen the memes?
I have.
They're hilarious.
Sorry, Will.
I like Will Smith, by the way, but it's kind of funny.
So the main thing is, like, we can't just let it go away. Got to keep working on it. I'll say I'm not a big fan of, the riots, because it didn't. Some of it just looked like an excuse
to break shit. Yeah. There's a difference between a protest and a riot. 100%. Yeah. When you see peaceful protests, that should be encouraged. When you see people looting, that's not a protest. That's just
like burning down like stuff. And that definitely, I didn't like that. But if you have peaceful protests,
Yep.
and you're just marching, or
Nothing
you're
wrong
just
with that.
standing in front of something, like it
In front of
needs
something
to.
that you believe in.
It really needs to continue, and I mean, like the bottom line too is like if I walk down the street, nobody thinks anything of it, right?
Right.
Right.
But if a black man walks down that same street, like that's what we need to curve, like the COVID, okay?
Like the COVID.
Like the COVID. So
Wear a mask.
wear a mask. And tell a black dude can walk down the street, or a black woman can walk down the street,
And not have somebody open their blinds to check and see what they're doing.
yeah, like that's
I heard some commotion outside.
that's when maybe we're starting to step in the right direction. Not to mention racial killings by police officers. That probably needs to stop the most.
That too, yeah. Did you know that Chad got called a racist white man the other day?
Sure did.
Did they know?
No.
No, of course. They were talking to me over the phone.
You're not white?
Clearly. Yeah, no, she was talking to me over the phone and assumed because I don't know why she assumed that I was white, but she did. Anyway, it was funny.
Oh. All right. So
Kind of want to go meet her now.
that'd be you should record it.
Right?
All right. So the next thing is the current touchy subject among Karens and Kens.
It is the one and only large debate of should peanut butter go in Rocky Road ice cream?
The marshmallows are the best part.
No, peanut butter is the best part.
Peanut butter isn't in
It should be.
this universe.
It should be.
In this multiverse.
Yes, but we can bring it and make a fortune.
Can we?
Fortune.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been done before.
Rocky Road with peanut butter
Peanut
instead of
butter?
marshmallows.
Probably has been done.
As not.
I think
Find
it's
it
just
for me.
not called.
Yeah, it's called something different. It's just
Go to-
called something different.
Google fucking Ben and Jerry's. I bet they've made it already. They put peanut butter in a bunch of their shit. All right. So, I think we're in total agreement, I think, that this has the worst name of anything.
Yes.
Which name what?
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Okay.
Because stupid people get confused by the name.
So, the simplest way I can break it down is it doesn't mean no police. It doesn't mean we're getting rid of the police. It means spreading the money around in the community so that the police are needed less. That's what that means. Non-violent ways to help our
De-escalate
community.
situation.
De-escalate. Treatment, counseling, social workers, things like that. So people see it triggers people. They're like, defund the police, blah, blah, blah. They took our jobs.
They took our job.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same people that are post up All Lives Matter. Republicans. White America.
Publicans.
Republicans. God, I hope he loses the election.
Oh my God.
What?
Is it even a hope?
I'm worried about the.
Nah, he done bought this one. He got them stimulus checks.
Yeah. I'm worried about those silent voters.
Everybody go vote, please.
I'm scared that everybody is going to go vote.
No, everybody go vote.
And then it's called Trump money.
No. Did you know that 4 million more people in America voted for Hillary Clinton than Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it is punishable to not vote what the popular vote is for your state.
The electoral college.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I read that the other day. Yep, very good. Very, very good.
So really what defund the police is taking some of the money that goes into policing and funding more of the mental health, the negotiators, the de-escalation teams as opposed to coming in with violence at every street. If you have
As opposed to making the police militaristic.
Right. And instead, if you have somebody who's jumping over the ledge or about to jump over a bridge, instead of